The GOP is filing lawsuits to stop the vote counting in certain states.
And the litigation doesn't only affect the election, but also the economy. 13 Action News reporter Kelsey McFarland sat down with financial advisor Steve Budin to get his take.
Steve Budin, good morning. Thanks for joining us as always. A lot of uncertainty right now. Plenty of lawsuits from the Trump campaign against several states. Wondering how that might impact our economy.
Well, certainly the lawsuits don't help. One of the things that markets like the best is certainty and resolution. So the longer this goes on and the more uncertain it gets, the markets don't like that. However, after the election, the markets have had a pretty good couple of days in response to the election. I think the market is looking forward, saying, we think we know who the winner is going to be. It just may take some time, and then we'll move on from there.
You had mentioned before, Congress still working, things are still getting done. So what is your advice? I mean, just patience, things are going to work itself out?
Yeah, if history is any guide, we had this happen back in the year 2000 with President Bush and Al Gore. The markets and the economy was struggling a little bit for a couple of months until the courts finally made the final decision. So if history is any guide, we might see some disruptions for the next month or two, and then things will peter out and go back to normal at some point. I wish I could tell you for certain when that would be, but things will get back to normal soon.
We talked a little bit last week about investments in different companies and things of that nature, but let's talk about 401k. Does this have any impact on people's savings in that manner?
Day to day, it probably will. You'll have news headlines that A happened or B happened and the markets will react. I wouldn't advise our viewers to look at their 401k balances every day. If you're that nervous, you're probably in investments you shouldn't be in the first place. But over the longer term, the 401k, if it's allocated right to where your risk tolerance is and your comfort level is, you should be okay. But I would be highly confident that it will be bumpy for the next couple of months.
Highly bumpy, but hopefully a strong finish in the next couple of months.
Yeah, all we can do is look back and look at history as our guide. And any disruptive period in this country, the markets and the economy usually does come back. Forgetting the election, we still have this COVID crisis to deal with, and that's been put on the back burner the last few days. So the election will resolve itself. The question is, how quickly can the COVID situation resolve itself? And that's when I think you'll begin to see the economy really kick back into action.
Okay, Steve Budin for us. Thanks for your time this morning.